Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. So we got our first official look at Maggie in the 6 new episodes. Yes, we did get that teaser trailer like last month or whatever, but that was very much in production. You could tell the coloring is off, everything just, this is a real legit photo of the episode, and this seems to take place. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this timeline. And also, near the end of the video, I'm going to be talking about Penguin Bloom. So if you're interested in Andrew Lincoln's new movie and just my thoughts on that and stuff like that, I'm going to talk about that near the end of the video. We're going to talk about this first, obviously, but yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know. So before we go any further, I do have to warn you for spoilers, obviously, and also if you are new here, you want more Walking Dead content like this, just make sure to be a subscriber. Now, this photo is really cool. I'm a fan of the photo. I think this is from episode 17, but I could be wrong with the episode. I'm pretty sure it is. I do think episode 17 is going to be more of a backstory episode to Maggie, but it's going to be more of Maggie returning home and then catching up and then dealing with Negan. Like, that's not going to be the sole purpose of it, but we do know that we're going to learn some stuff about Maggie, about what she's been up to over the last 6 years and this new mystery character. So I think this could be a part of that. Like, they could be doing flashbacks of it, or we could just get like information dumps about what happened, right? Like, it's going to be something like that. And in this photo here, we have Maggie with a bow, a really badass looking bow. I think this is from the current timeline. I don't know if this is set like months in the past, a year or whatnot, but it's hard to tell because she's wearing the exact same clothes, right? As she was wearing in the season 10 finale or episode 16 now. She's not wearing the hat, so that's the only difference, but in general, she still looks the same. The character in the back wearing all of the camo and stuff like that, that's where it's kind of hard to, like, is that a villain? Is that a new character? Or is that the Elijah character, like the man in the metal mask, right? Like, is it that character? We have no idea as of now. If that is that character, then it is very possible that this is set at some point in the past and then we're getting a flashback here, or maybe the character just wears that as well, which I think would be kind of pointless. Anyways, I do want to say I am interested in why the character wears the mask in general. Like, why wear the mask? Why hide your face, right? Like, because that's the second character now that's wanted to hide their face. We've had Beta for the last year, I guess almost 2 years now, that he wanted to hide his face because his reason was because he was a celebrity beforehand and he didn't want people to see what he has become. And there's just a bunch of other emotional reasons. And that was the reason behind hiding his face. He didn't have any kind of deformity. He didn't have, there was no issues like that. Is this character going to have issues like that? Is he going to be very self-conscious? Is that why he's hiding his face? Is it more of a, like an OCD type of germ thing or something like that, where he's really paranoid about getting bit? And so he just covers himself completely to just avoid that, right? That's why he wears the metal mask, and the entire suit with the gloves and all of that is just extra protection. And he's just really paranoid about that because it's got to be something. It's not going to be just, oh, I think it looks cool, so I'm wearing it. I mean, I guess it could be that. I just think that there has to be some type of reason. I think if you're a writer and you're writing a character to wear a mask all the time and never show his face, stuff like that, then there has to be a reason. So I think some type of deformity or scarring, anything could be possible. But as of now, I'm just guessing. I really don't know. And I guess if you guys have any thoughts on that, let me know down below. As for Maggie, we know that in this episode, we're going to see Maggie face an unknown threat in that episode, which I'm a little surprised by. I thought this episode was going to heavily focus on just Maggie returning home, going to the hilltop, all of that. And I still think it's going to be that. I think that a lot of the episode, like the beginning parts of it, the ending, is going to involve Maggie returning to Hilltop and deciding to rebuild and stuff like that. And also some of the Negan stuff will be sprinkled throughout. We're going to deal with that, obviously. But it seems like a lot of the backstory stuff here, this is going to be something that is definitely a part of the episode. But when it says that she faces an unknown threat, what is that, right? And I guess that's kind of the whole thing about these 6 new episodes, is that these 6 new episodes are just like character stories, right? This first one's on Maggie, her returning home, dealing with Negan, and then there's a bunch of other stuff that's happening as well. And then the next one is Daryl and his whole backstory on just what he's been up to or how he dealt with Rick. The one after that, I think that's the Father Gabriel one and Aaron one. So it's another character one. I think episode 19 is, oh no, that was episode 19. Sorry, episode 20. That one had something to do with, oh, maybe that one is the Commonwealth episode, because again, we need to get or pick up with that. Episode 21 is more Carol and Daryl, like a personal character story. And then the final episode is Here's Negan. So all personal character driven stories, not really advancing the story too much, but I don't think that means it's going to be boring. I definitely don't. Like, if people are saying that, I guess people have the right to their own opinion, but I personally disagree, because this is the perfect thing to do after the Whisperer War, right? Like, after a giant arc like that, where it's just this constant, like, this thing's happening, the drama is getting so intense, and it's just like these big scale battles and so many walkers, and it's just high adrenaline rushing the entire time. It's good to just take a deep breath, calm down with the story a little bit, and focus on stuff like this. And I think this is the perfect time to actually do that, because as soon as we enter the final season later on this year, it's going to be pretty intense. Once we start the season 11 premiere in October, that is our last premiere for The Walking Dead. We're going to have to do something special for it, definitely, because it's the final season of The Walking Dead. I mean, it's still not going to be ending for almost 2 years from now, right? Like a year in 10 months, probably. Like, I think it's going to end at the end of November of 2022. That's what's been reported out there. So it's still quite a bit away, but still, it's the final season. It's the final amount of episodes. We really only have 2 more Comic-Cons where we're going to get trailer footage basically for the season, right? Like the one coming up this year, and then the one afterwards. Besides that, it's the movies, and then the Daryl and Carol spinoff, obviously. Like, that's the weird thing about the Daryl and Carol spinoff, is that it's probably going to have the same ratings as The Walking Dead does right now. The Walking Dead is averaging like 3-4 million viewers per episode. I think this Daryl Carol spinoff is going to do about the same, because those 2 characters are holding up the show right now anyways, right? For the most part. So you follow them trying to search for Rick, and then you do something really interesting with that. You're out on the road. It's more about survival again. I think that's going to be really exciting for a lot of people. And yeah, I think the ratings will probably go up a little bit, maybe even higher. You never know. There might be a lot of interest in it if The Walking Dead is ending, if people tune in to watch this final season. But now to talk about Penguin Bloom, I did watch the trailer, and I'm not going to do a trailer breakdown or anything like that, because there's just kind of no point. It seems like a really great story. I definitely am going to check it out. I am going to do a review of this movie when it does come out. I think it's coming out January 27th on Netflix. So I will do a review of this. This is Andrew Lincoln's first movie, or first role really in anything after The Walking Dead. Or I guess, yeah, actually, because he did this before the Scrooge stuff, right? When he played Scrooge for the Christmas Carol, that was like a live theater show, but even before that, he filmed this movie. I think he filmed this last summer, or it was like the year before, or something like that. He filmed it quite a while ago. So the movie is finally coming out now, and I definitely am excited to check it out. I'll probably watch it with my girlfriend, and then I'll post a review at some point on that day. Yeah, I'm hoping it's really good. I can't wait to see him do something very different with it. I mean, if you watch it, I'll leave a link down below if you actually want to check out the trailer. He definitely has a lot of range, and the trailer does show off how great of an actor he is. Of course, when you go to the comments, you see a lot of people saying that, okay, good, now he can go work on the Rick movie, which that was the same reaction with Maggie as well, Lauren Cohen. When she left The Walking Dead, she went and did a show called Whiskey Cavalier, and then I think that was canceled after the first or second season. I think it was the first season. And everyone's reaction immediately was, okay, good, now come back to The Walking Dead, which eventually she did. So I think that's probably what's going to happen next. Like Andrew Lincoln said, he's expecting to start filming in the spring. So in like the next 3-4 months or something like that. That is next on his project list. I'm sure that is the next thing that he's going to do. Once he does that first movie, he'll go do something else. And then probably the second movie, and then something else, and then the third movie whenever that comes out in a few years. The hilarious thing is that the Rick Grimes movie, it's not hilarious, it's actually kind of sad, but the Rick movie would have came out this year, because they were supposed to film last summer, which they would have finished filming last summer, because you only need like 3-4 months to film that. They would have been editing and stuff like that. It would have came out at some point this year, probably later on in the year, but yeah, anyway, sorry for putting that sad thought in your head. But yeah, circling back around to the Maggie photo, I definitely can't wait for The Walking Dead to return. It's returning in 48 days. And I can't wait to see more footage. And it seems like we're starting to get more first looks, more promotional images and everything like that for these 6 new episodes. I don't think they're going to do character portraits, because they usually do that for seasons. But I guess they do them for like half season type things, right? Like they sometimes do that. But I guess the more official ones are in the summer. They usually reveal them before Comic-Con. I don't think we're getting that this year. We could, because we didn't get that earlier in the year. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not exactly sure on how this is all going to play out. I definitely hope that we get a real trailer, like a real trailer for the next episode in like the next 2 weeks for sure, just because we did get the footage before, yes, but it was, again, like you could tell it wasn't edited at all. All of the coloring and stuff was so off. Anyways, I'll leave it here. I can't wait. Post all your thoughts down below on Maggie and this new photo here, and also Penguin Bloom. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.